Hi all, welcome to my channel Cathryn Reads, and today I'm going to be talking about Betty by Tiffany McDaniel. So this book has been out for a couple of years, so you've probably seen it around, you've probably read it. But this book has been on my bedside table for a good couple of years and I've just not got around to it for many reasons. So this book was passed to me by my mum. I got my love of reading from her and my love of libraries, and she passed me this book after she had read it knowing that I would really enjoy it, which she was right. Unfortunately my mum passed away 2 years ago, so it was one of the last couple of books that she did hand over to me, so it took me a long time to be brave to pick it up because I knew that after I read it I'd probably want to talk to her about it, and obviously I can't, so I'm going to talk to you instead. So Betty is a beautiful book and she is a relation to Tiffany McDaniel, the author, and it's all about Tiffany's family and what she's heard about her family and tying it all together. Gonna warn you, there are lots of trigger warnings in this book. So there is race, or racism should I say, there is rape in various forms, especially within family circles, and yeah, there's a lot of sadness in this book. However, what I really enjoyed about this book was the stories of the Cherokee, apologies if I'm saying that wrong, Cherokee people, and how it's entwined, and it's really beautiful. So Betty is one of 5 or 6 siblings, and they all have very different upbringings, even though they're in the same family and the same generation, and it's all based on their skin. So her 2 sisters look more like her mum, who is a white American, and Betty looks more like her dad, so she's more mixed race where her dad is Cherokee, and he passes on these beautiful generational tales. And the Cherokee people, back in the day, the women were the leaders of the clan, and he wants to instill that in his daughters, which I think is so beautiful, because at this time in the 1950s that is not the case at all. Women do not rule the roost, and it's mainly men. And there's so many beautiful parts in this story which really tell you how life was back in the 1950s, of her in school wearing a skirt and the boys like lifting her skirt up, yet she gets blamed for her skirt being lifted up even though she was wearing shorts, because she kept having it happen, and she gets told off for wearing shorts because supposedly it's more provocative to wear trousers and shorts. So it really takes you back to this time in America, and there's a lot of links to nature in this book, which I always really enjoy. So this book, I think, is a lot about love. She has a real strong relationship with her sisters and some of her brothers. I'm not going to ruin the story. But yeah, it's just beautiful language in this book, and I just really loved it. And I loved her dad. I loved the love he had for his family and his wife, and how he kept going with it. And even though he had a really hard life, he just instilled so much power into his family as best as he could. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this book, and I'd love to know if you read it and the parts that you really enjoyed. I think this book is going to stay with me. It is, again, like I've said before, it is a sad story, but it's beautiful, and it's about life and all its hard parts and how it makes someone. So one of my favourite parts of this book as well is it talks at the end, Tiffany shows like the paintings of her family and like the photos, and it just really brings it to life. And I think that's why I love this. It's real, it's true, and yeah, I highly recommend you read this book. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. I am quite new to YouTube, so yeah, please subscribe and let me know if there's any books you think that I would quite like to read too. And yeah, thank you for watching.